bonjour. I want to make this video for you so you can see exactly what is in this resource. Now, eventually I'm going to have 50 like this in my Teachers Pay Teachers store, so I'm just choosing one to use as a sample. The theme of this one is Ce matin avant de venir à l'école. So this is a complete reading and listening program. Let me show you what's included. When you make your purchase, you will, of course, get a folder, and in that folder you have all of the contents. So we're going to begin with a lecture. Let me just show you what this looks like. La lecture, sorry, that's the end of it, is basically 5 readings based on this theme. Okay, so there you have a short paragraph and 3 comprehension questions. Not just one paragraph, but there are 5 included in this resource, all right, with the little comprehension questions. You also get a corrigé with this so that you can sort of see what kind of answers you can expect your students to write. That is the basic reading program, and if that's all you want, then that is sold separately. It doesn't include any audio or extra exercises. But this resource does include a lot more. For each of those 5 readings, you get une dictée à trous, pronunciation focus exercise, selective listening exercise, the text written in French and English, and an audio. So remember, you get all of that for each paragraph. So that's 5 of them. This is exactly what's included in your folder when you make your purchase. So let me show you what they each look like. I'd like to start with the audio. Now you'll have to excuse me because this is going to open my iTunes. That's how it does it on my computer. So bear with me, but I'm actually going to play this for you. You'll hear that the first reading, all of the readings are done by a native speaker. The first reading is read at a normal pace. The second reading is a bit slower. I'm going to play the whole thing for you.
Avant de venir à l'école, je prends mon petit déjeuner. J'aime manger des céréales avec du lait et une banane. Après le petit déjeuner, je me brosse les dents et je m'habille. J'ai un peu de temps pour préparer mon sac et pour jouer avant de prendre le bus pour aller à l'école. Avant de venir à l'école, je prends mon petit déjeuner. J'aime manger des céréales avec du lait et une banane. Après le petit déjeuner, je me brosse les dents et je m'habille. J'ai un peu de temps pour préparer mon sac et pour jouer avant de prendre le bus pour aller à l'école.
All right, so those probably both sounded pretty fast to you, but the second one is read at a slower pace, and your students are going to have a lot of exposure to this text. First, remember they're going to have the lecture that you might want to begin with so that they can see it written, and then they're going to listen as they do the other exercises. The first one is une dictée à trous. Now, I've made these as Microsoft Word docs so that you can edit them if there are certain things that you want to change for your specific classroom needs. So you can see that this is the text, Ce matin avant de venir à l'école, and I have removed 10 words. And as they listen, they have to fill in the words. Down here, they have to rewrite the words with English translations. If you think, I really don't want them to write English translations, remember, you can go in and edit this Word doc. No problem. So that's the first exercise. And the second exercise is a pronunciation focus. Now, what they have to do here is listen to the recording again, and the whole text is written right here at the bottom of the worksheet. As they listen, they're going to underline the words that they find difficult to understand when listening. So they're listening. Yes, of course, it's hard to understand that. But as they read along, they might say, it really didn't sound like he said venir. So they would underline that word. And then in the text, they're going to circle silent letters, liaison, nasal sounds, all of those things that are kind of hard to understand when just doing the listening exercise. So that's the second exercise. The third one is a selective listening exercise. Now, what they're going to do here is they're going to listen again, and focus only on the verbs and prepositions because those are so hard. So they're going to underline every verb that they hear in the text as they're reading along, and that would be either in conjugated or infinitive form. Okay, so venir, I know that's a verb. Prend, I know that's a verb. Aime, I know that's a verb. Manger, that's a verb, etc. And they're also going to circle every preposition that they hear in the text because we all know how important prepositions are and also how difficult they can be. So here's a spot for them to also write out all of the verbs they've underlined as well as the prepositions. One more thing that's included for each and every text is the text written out in French and in English. Written out in French, they'll see that on all of their worksheets, but sometimes it really is helpful to be able to compare the French to the English text. So if you want to use this, I have provided it for you. So there you go. That's everything. You get all of those exercises and activities and audio recordings for each of the 5 texts that go along with this theme. Remember, I have lots of these themes in my TPT store. And so, voila. You can send me a message if you have any questions about this resource.